come on. Getting ready. We getting ready.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is John Manning. I'm 24 years old. I'm originally from Florissant, Missouri. I graduated from Xavier in May of 2017 and then from Tulane in May of 2018.
Tell me about your journey of choosing Xavier.
Well, when I first started looking at colleges, Xavier wasn't really on my list, but I had several, at the time 3 older cousins who'd attended Xavier and who loved it. At the time I was interested in becoming a physician, and so that's one of the things they really pushed, is that, you know, Xavier's a great school for pre-medical students and all of that kind of thing. And I also wanted to go far away from home, and so they said, you know, it's great, it's an HBCU, it's great, got a great pre-med program, you'll be far, 10 hours away. So it seemed like an interesting option, but I wasn't sold. I'd always pictured myself in like a bigger school with more students, and so just hearing the size of it intimidated me a bit, because I was like, wow, it's not what I thought I wanted. But I applied, and I was like, okay, we'll just see, you know, keep your options open. And then I got a letter back saying that I'd been accepted and I had a full tuition scholarship. And so that's when my parents kind of put the pressure on and were like, oh, we're going to look at this Xavier. So my mom and grandparents actually planned a trip for my senior year spring break for me to come to Xavier and tour the school. And I remember getting here, and it was small, but you could tell that everyone knew each other very well, and it made me feel very comfortable. It made me feel like this is the place that you need to be. And so I decided I'm going to Xavier.
Okay, so can you compare your experiences of going to a predominantly white high school then coming to a HBCU like Xavier?
It was a culture shock for me, definitely. I did one of the summer programs over the summer, BSSP, Biomedical Summer Scholars Program. So I came here when I was 17, just finished high school like 4 weeks before, and I moved in, and there were all these different people who looked like me for the first time, who were incredibly smart, incredibly talented, incredibly driven, and I was just like awestruck that, which is sad, but I was awestruck that these were my classmates, these were the people that I was going to be learning with, and that this was Xavier had to offer. It was.
Okay, so what were some of the highlights of attending Xavier?
Oh my goodness, I have so many. Xavier was the best, or has been the best 4 years of my life so far, and I've had so many great experiences here at Xavier, but also here in the city. And so I'm so thankful for Xavier for exposing me to New Orleans, because it's become my home now. Another highlight for me would be my senior year, when I was able to serve as the XAB president, because I got to really put to use a lot of the skills I learned and developed from other leaders, seeing them around. Memory, though, would have to be graduation. It was really bittersweet, but just like to walk across the stage and hear your name, and have worked so hard and studied so much for your courses, and to now have that was really meaningful.
So since graduating Xavier, what is your current occupation?
I am currently a high school science teacher at Renew Accelerated High School here in New Orleans.
And who are the kids that you teach?
My school is a non-traditional school, so we focus on students who are overage, so from 15 to 22, and undercredited. Hearing the students' stories, seeing their resilience, their grit, their perseverance, their attitude of they're going to get it out the mud no matter what, to reach this accomplishment no matter what circumstances they faced in the past, was really inspiring. And it also really brought to my attention, based on my background in high school, that every student deserves a highly qualified educator who cares not only about them, but like the level and rigor of instruction that they're getting. And I end up learning so much from my students. They are some of the brightest, most interesting people I've met in my life, and every day is always a surprise, and that's actually a good thing. I found when you're working, nothing ever really being the same.
Why did you choose New Orleans to be your new home?
Oh, good question. It's perfect. I fell in love with New Orleans the moment I stepped here from my North County home in Missouri. New Orleans was so beautiful to me, so interesting to me. There's so much depth to the city and to the people that live here. I've lived here for 7 years now, and I haven't stopped exploring and discovering new things. It's so rich in culture, and people say that all the time, but it's nothing like stepping out on your balcony on a random Sunday to see it filled with like street vendors of like the best barbecue you'll ever have, mixed drinks galore off the back of a pickup truck, watching the second line go down your street, like, and that's one of the small things. The people here I talked about it and I see it in my students, but I think it's deeply reflective of the culture of New Orleans, about the resilience of the people. Everyone here always has an attitude of it gets better, or things could be worse, or pushing through, and just always give their best, always have the best attitudes. When I'm out and about, like, I don't know if I could go my day without hearing, "Thanks, my baby." Like, I don't think, it would be very weird not to experience that anymore. Also, I love the pace of the city. Things are so slow going, easy moving, and that really suits my personality. I'm very like to go with the flow and things like that, and New Orleans always offers that. The food here is delicious. There are things I never even thought of having before that here. Now I'm like, oh, I cannot go a week without going to get gumbo from the store near my house. And I just really love it here. I can picture myself anywhere else for a very long time. Maybe not ever. Don't tell my mom that. It'll stress her out.
Talk that stuff now, roll with it. Talk that stuff now, roll with it. Talk that stuff now, roll with it. Talk that stuff now, walking like a dog, walking like a dog.